Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
A very good morning and welcome to the program to Jan Dykstra. Jan, good morning.
Good morning, John.
Lovely to see you.
Great to be here on this sort of last Friday before Christmas.
Indeed.
Yes.
And the weather recently makes the shoreline a very good place to shelter,
absolutely.
doesn't it?
Oh, a couple of hours of just lose yourself in the air. It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what have you been lost in recently?
Well, yesterday afternoon I went along to see Vita Virginia. Now, it has an M rating because it does contain nudity and sex scenes, an hour and 50 minutes long, and it's a 2018 British biographical romance drama directed by Chanya Button and the screenplay written by Button and Eileen Atkins, the wonderful Dame Eileen Atkins. It's adapted from the 1992 play Vita Virginia by Dame Atkins. She wrote the play. And the film stars Gemma Arterton as Vita, an Australian actress, 1.9 metre tall actress, wonderful actress, Elizabeth Debicki as Virginia, with Isabella Rossellini playing Vita's disapproving mother. Now, set in the 1920s, Vita Virginia tells the story of the love affair between Vita Sackville West and Virginia Woolf.
Whoa.
Yes.
Stream of consciousness.
Yes. So, poet and novelist Vita and literary icon Virginia, well, they usually move in different circles in the 1920s, London, but the two meet at a costume party at the home of Virginia's bohemian artist sister, Vanessa, who has also a very open marriage, this woman, by the way. The glamorous, magnetic Vita decides that the beguiling, stubborn and very gifted Virginia will be her next conquest. In 1917, Vita actually caused scandal in high society when she eloped with her lover Violet Trefusis to Europe. The pair spent 2 years on and off running away together, Vita dressed as a man.
Oh, really?
And being brought back by disgruntled family members. Her mother was very disapproving. The glamorous writer Vita Sackville West, who was 10 years younger than Woolf, came from an aristocratic family. The Sackville's ancestral home was Knoll, a sprawling estate in Kent. Beautiful home, you get to see this in the film. And Vita was always frustrated that she would never inherit Knoll due to her gender, as English aristocratic custom forbid it. Now, John, this was actually a point that Woolf highlighted in perhaps her most openly political and feminist work, the 1929 essay, A Room of One's Own, in which she advocated for women to be financially independent. So, these were women ahead of their time.
Well ahead of their time.
And it's a film, really pertinent for today, too.
Yes.
So Sackville West married diplomat Harold Nicholson in 1913.
Yes.
He didn't have a lot of money. He had a very small, I think of £250 a year allowance, and she'd been courted by men with £100,000 sort of. But she married Harold, and who would, like his wife, also come to have same-sex affairs outside their marriage. Although they had a very chaste courtship, they led a very open marriage. So the two of them. So it's very much not just Virginia. It's the story of these two very strong women. So with this Leonard Woolf, while she remained married to Leonard Woolf, a politically active left-wing writer whom she had married in 1912, she continued the intense, passionate relationship with Vita. And the two women penned hundreds of poetic letters to each other, and their relationship inspired one of Woolf's most celebrated works, the 1928 novel Orlando.
Goodness.
Which, of course, was made into a film.
Yes,
I think it was
indeed.
around 92 with Tilda Swinton playing the title role. Yeah. So great. Yeah. Film and book. So Vita and Virginia, the film, which includes lines lifted straight from the literary duo's love letters, gives the viewer an insight into their passionate relationship and the great literary work that it inspired. So it's an art house film, and the director himself says that he's not really looking for broader audiences. It is what it is, and anyone with an interest in literature and that type of thing, it'd be a wonderful film.
And she was She was major. I'm just thinking about letters and how fortunate historians are to have those letters, because
absolutely.
I just don't think the texts that we exchange today have got the same kind of import.
No, they're not. What's going to happen to all of those?
I mean, don't know.
Probably somebody out there in Facebook land has got everything we've ever written and said.
Possibly. But I'm not sure if they're all captured in a way which is discoverable as well.
No,
the texts.
but this beautiful handwritten prose written by these women. I mean, the things that I enjoyed about this film, I loved the music. In the scene where the two meet at the costume party, there was this wonderful anachronistic piece. It was a pulsing electro beat piece of music being played. This is the 1920s. But it worked. It worked so well, with this play, with this film. The costumes, of course. What woman doesn't love to see the costumes and men? So in the period setting. And throughout the film, we actually get to see Woolf's mental and emotional disintegration, which is signalled by flocks of crows around him. Nobody else sees them. Right. But it's almost like a scene out of The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, where she's fighting off these crows only she can see. And also other
it's
scenes...
It's interesting because Hitchcock was a great reader of Virginia Woolf. I wonder if that's where the idea came from.
That's probably where the inspiration...
Wow.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
And also, before she'd walk into a room, there'd be tendrils of ivy appearing on the walls and crawling up through the floorboards.
This is good movie,
that only
isn't
she
it?
could
Very,
see.
very graphic.
It's it's just brilliantly done, I thought. So it doesn't go as far as to the death of Virginia Woolf, which we know is, by suicide in 1941. It doesn't take you quite through to that period. It's more about the relationship just between Vita, between that whole circle, basically, Vita and Virginia, and that Bloomsbury group.
That's right.
They moved in.
Yes, indeed.
So
very,
a collective
very
of radical artists, writers, and thinkers.
Indeed,
the 20th century.
Sounds to me as if you're recommending it to a certain person.
Yes. So if you're a fan of Virginia Woolf, or in fact, Vita, who I hadn't actually heard of, gee, shame on me, because she's written so many books. I did see there were hundreds, but a lot on sort of their homes, like her home, Knoll and the Sackvilles, In Your Garden, because she was a gardener, she was a journalist, a writer, a poet. So another very...
and she was a member of the Bloomsbury group as well, was she? Right.
Yes, so... And Woolf, of course, was a pioneer of the stream of consciousness form of writing. So,
Indeed.
Just go along and enjoy it.
Great stuff.
Yes, it's going to be running just once a day. But, of course, I need to tell you this, not Wednesday, of course, coming.
I wonder why.
Santa paying a visit to most homes, so nobody wants to go to the movies that day.
Yes.
So it will be closed Christmas Day, but other than that, open normal hours.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Jan, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, and on behalf
Vita
of Shoreline Cinema and myself, of course, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a safe Christmas.
And the same to you. Thank you so much for guiding us through, and of course for the Shoreline for providing that wonderful venue.
Film.
Thank you so much, Jan. All the very best to you and yours.
Thank you.
106.3 Beach FM.